Chapter 7. Roman didn't return until late at night. I had been waiting for him in the living room. When I saw him come back, I immediately stood up. "How is it? What happened?" Roman looked tired. "Some company documents were leaked." I was shocked. "How could that happen?" Roman said, "I'm not sure yet. I'm investigating." I asked, "Is the loss serious?" Roman nodded. "Quite serious. Several projects have been affected." I said, "What should we do?" Roman said, "I've already taken measures to minimize the losses as much as possible." I said, Who do you think did it?" Roman said, "I'm not sure, but I have a suspect." I asked, "Who?" Roman said, "Mr. Johnson." I was surprised. "Him? Why?" Roman said, "He came to see me today and proposed cooperation." I refused. "Then this happened at the company. It's too much of a coincidence." I said, "But we have no evidence." Roman said, "I will find evidence." I said, "What can I do to help?" Roman looked at me. "You can help me keep an eye on Mr. Johnson." I nodded. "Okay." Roman said, "But you have to be careful. This person is very dangerous." I said, "I know." The next few days, Roman was busy dealing with the company's affairs, while I was responsible for monitoring Mr. Johnson's movements. I discovered that Mr. Johnson had been meeting with some suspicious people lately, and they often met in secret places. I told Roman about this, and he asked me to continue monitoring. One day, I followed Mr. Johnson to an abandoned factory. He met with a few people inside, and they seemed to be discussing something. I hid outside, trying to hear what they were saying, but it was too far away, and I couldn't hear clearly. Just as I was about to get closer, someone suddenly grabbed me from behind. I was shocked and was about to scream when the person covered my mouth. "Don't make a sound." It was Roman's voice. I relaxed and turned to look at him. "Why are you here?" Roman said, "I was worried about you, so I came to take a look." I said, "I'm fine." Roman said, "Let's go. It's dangerous here." I nodded. "Okay." We were about to leave when we suddenly heard voices coming from inside the factory. "Who's there?" Roman and I looked at each other and quickly hid behind a pile of abandoned materials. A few people ran out of the factory looking around. "Did you hear anything?" one of them asked. Another person said, "I thought I heard something." The first person said, "Maybe it was a wild animal. Let's go back." They turned and went back into the factory. Roman and I breathed a sigh of relief. Roman said, "Let's go quickly." I nodded. "Okay." We quietly left the abandoned factory. On the way back, Roman said, "I found some evidence. Mr. Johnson is indeed the one who leaked the documents." I asked, "What should we do now?" Roman said, "I will hand the evidence over to the police." I said, "Will that work?" Roman said, "Yes, the evidence is solid. He won't be able to deny it." I said, "That's good." Roman said, "But before that, I need to make some arrangements." I said, "What arrangements?" Roman said, "I need to ensure the company's operations are not affected." I nodded. "Okay." Roman began to busy himself with the company's affairs, while I continued to monitor Mr. Johnson. A few days later, Roman handed the evidence over to the police. The police quickly took action and arrested Mr. Johnson. The company's crisis was resolved. Roman, and I finally breathed a sigh of relief. That night, we celebrated at home. I made a table of delicious food, and Roman opened a bottle of red wine. We sat at the dining table, toasting each other. I said, "Congratulations on resolving the crisis." Roman said, "Thank you for your help." I smiled. "You're welcome." We clinked glasses and drank the red wine. Roman looked at me. "Jesse, I have something to tell you." I said, "What is it?" Roman said, "I like you." I was stunned. "What?" Roman said seriously, "I like you. I want to be with you." My face suddenly felt hot. Are you joking?" Roman said, "I'm not joking. I'm serious." I lowered my head. "But we are in a book. We might not be able to go back." Roman said, "I know. But no matter where we are, I want to be with you." I looked up at him. "Are you sure?" Roman nodded. "Yes, I'm sure." I smiled. "Okay." Roman also smiled. He reached out and held my hand. "Then from today on, we are together." I nodded. "Okay." We looked at each other and smiled, feeling happy. Although we are in a book, as long as we are together, we are not afraid of anything.